I knew that I wouldn't. I feel good.
Welcome back. Millennials could be a deciding force in the election this year. The number of millennials eligible to vote now matches that of baby boomers at 69 million people. Companies are encouraging their employees to take the day off to vote through the hashtag #TakeOffElectionDay campaign. Chime CEO and co-founder Chris Britt is with us. He's on the board with this campaign and is giving his employees the day off from work. He joins me now. Chris, good to see you.
Thanks. Appreciate you having me.
Why do we need a whole day off? I mean, how long does it take to vote?
Well, I think it's really about just spreading the word that this is such an important election and that anything we can do to get more and more voter turnout is a great thing for our country. And if you look at the statistics around voter turnout, even in the last election, it was less than 60% of all eligible voters came out. And for the millennial segment in particular, it was less than 50%. So it's really around, the campaign is really around having employers do everything they can to just spread the word to get people out. We know it's not realistic for every employer to give the entire day off, but to the extent we can spread the message and work schedules accordingly to allow for that, we believe that's a good thing for our country. We're doing it at Chime, giving employees the entire day off. And I think you're seeing out in Silicon Valley a huge rush of companies that are doing the same thing. There's almost 300 companies, including SurveyMonkey, Spotify, Square, my company Chime, that are allowing our employees to take the whole day off and vote.
Nice.
Frankly, Chris, a lot of these executives are worried about voter turnout for the Democrats, particularly when you talk about the technology companies. And so they want their younger employees to go out and vote for Hillary Clinton. Have you endorsed anybody, and do you feel that way?
No, this is absolutely a nonpartisan campaign. So we just want to get people out to vote. We want to get our Chime members out to vote. We've had a Chime In for Election 2016 campaign that was going for some time. And then when we saw one of our investors, Hunter Walk from Homebrew, started this sort of grassroots campaign among Silicon Valley companies, we jumped right on board because we were sort of already spreading the same gospel that it's great for young people to get involved. Our company and a lot of our customers actually happen to be this younger millennial segment, so it's really perfect for us to try to spread the word for them to get out.
Well, let's bring in our resident millennial.
Yeah.
Kat Timpf, what do you think about that?
Let's take 2 days off or 3 days to vote. You know, I really want to vote, but I need like a whole week to vote, right? I don't understand. I mean, I understand maybe like say you can leave and go vote, but I don't know why anybody would need a whole day unless I've been doing it wrong. I don't know.
Well, there's actually it's not even a law across the country to give any time. It's not even a law in every state of the country to give any time off to vote. So I think the fact that we're talking about it right now and you've had me on the show to spread the word is a positive thing.
It absolutely is.
And again, and we totally get that in certain industries it's just not realistic to take the entire day off. We happen to have a lot of sort of knowledge workers and engineers who will go out to vote and most likely go back to their computer soon after and want to do work for us because we encourage this sort of activity.
So in other words, you're expecting them to work from home. That's not really a day off. Basically, you got to take the day off, but log in after you vote from home. Is that what you're saying?
No, I mean, look. No, my company provides banking services, and if you look at what's happened in the recent weeks with Wells Fargo and so forth, it's easy to see that banking's broken for a large portion of America, particularly younger consumers. So we want to empower consumers to take control of their money, and managing money is hard, and we want to make it easier for them. And it's not a stretch for us to want to empower consumers to take control of other aspects of their lives. So we think, what's more important than getting out to vote?
Chris, it's interesting, 7 in 10 millennials identify as social activists, and yet it seems that we have to make a special exception for them to get out to vote. There seems to be some inconsistency here. Are we just coddling? I mean, do they really need to be empowered to go vote? Is this not something that other generations have been able to do without having to have an entire day off?
I think there's a misconception that this generation is, lazy and entitled. We've done research and, seen that as many as over 50% of millennials actually volunteer their time to causes that they're passionate about. It's increasingly a factor in what companies they work for. Almost 80% actually donate to causes that they're passionate about. So we think it's important for us and our culture at our company to encourage all of our employees and our partners to get out to vote. And so we actually think this is a good thing, and taking a few hours of the day to express yourself on this important for this important election is extremely important.
Why? Why do you think it's so important?
Because it's important for everyone. It's important for you too. It's not just millennials. It's for everyone.
Why? I'm just asking you why.
Well, I said earlier in the broadcast that less than 50% of millennials actually voted in 2012.
Right, I understand that, but why is it so important?
Because that's the foundation of our country, is that you should, people should express themselves, and eligible voters should be able to vote for the leader of their country. And we want to encourage people to be able to do that.
Great answer. We totally agree with you, by the way.
Take a day off to express.
I don't know about a day off, but we agree with you, Chris. Look, a federal appeals court ruled against that ban in New Hampshire that would prohibit you from taking selfies and using Snapchat in the voting booth.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing, don't you?
Well, it's called the ballot selfies. They were banned in the state in 2014. Why do you think the court is doing this, lifting the ban? And why
it's a free country. I don't think you can actually tell people what they can or can't do inside of the voting booth. So I think people should have the right to express themselves, number one.
But it's a private voting booth. I mean, that's why it's private. So you can just make your vote and do it alone. So you're
right, and you're allowed to talk about who you voted for when you get out of the voting booth. So if people want to capture that moment, if it's important for them, that's fine. I think probably more importantly, I don't think you can actually stop them from doing it. And if it results in more people coming out to vote, I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. We agree. Chris, thanks for joining us. You're a sport. We're just giving you a hard time. Chris Britt. Still to come, the housing market could tell us a lot about the race to the White House. We will take a look at the red and blue trends in the next hour of Mornings with Maria. Stay with us.